Let's first go to our Tom Fitzgerald outside the White House tonight, where folks are expected to gather later this evening to give their thanks to President Biden. But Fitz, you've been on the phone with Democratic members of Congress already this evening. What are you hearing from them?
Well, by and large, there already seems to be a coalescing of Democrats behind the Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, President Biden is not here at the White House. As you know, he's been sequestered at his beach house in Rehoboth Beach. We were told that the Vice President learned of this news shortly before the President sent out that letter announcing his decision to leave the race today. Already, Democrats are telling Fox 5 on the Hill that while they are not surprised by this decision, they were surprised by the timing, coming on a Sunday, coming in the form of the letter, and also coming without an address directly from the president today. In his letter, the president said he would be speaking to the nation later on this week. Already here at the White House, many people who were visiting here either just learned this news from the news media itself or came down here with the specific intention to be at the White House on this most historic days in the nation's history, some 50 years plus since we have had a sitting vice president decide not to run for re-election. The last one was Lyndon Baines Johnson in 1968. By and large, folks told Fox 5 today that they were thankful for the fact that they say President Biden made this decision, but there was certain unease amongst folks about what the president's condition is right now and whether or not he should continue to serve in this office from this point forward. Here's a look at what some of the folks had to say.
Oh, my goodness. It's okay. He can go. He needs a break. That's my thought. He could use a break. I don't blame him.
All I can do is say, may the best person win. May the best person win.
I think it was the right call.
Surprised?
No, not particularly. I think the writing was on the wall. But, yeah, I think he's a great president, and I think Kamala Harris would be a great, number 47? Is that next? Yeah.
It is big news. It's a surprise, but all we can do is just pray. Yeah, that's it.
What are you praying for?
Praying that our country is in good hands.
Of course, we were told that the president, for now, is saying in his letter that he will remain in office and focus his efforts over the next 4 months that are remaining in his term. However, there are big questions at this moment within the Democratic Party. Kamala Harris is not officially the Democratic nominee at this point. The Democratic convention is set to start in Chicago in just a couple of weeks. Already, there are also big questions about whether the Biden-Harris war chest would be easily transferable. And if it is, would Republicans go state by state in the courts challenging the transfer of those massive amounts of funds? There's a lot left to find out here, and we're only at the very beginning. Fox 5 Live at the White House tonight. We'll send it back into you.
Fitz, I know that you were talking to those members of Congress, and we have seen various endorsements coming down. Are you getting the sense right now the local delegations are not showing their cards at this point?
Privately, they are, Jim. We have not heard from one yet who did not say that they were going to be throwing their support behind the vice president. But, the timing of this did create a bit of a split in some of the delegations. For example, just this morning on Fox 5's On the Hill, we had Democratic Congressman Glenn Ivey of Maryland expressing very strong support for Joe Biden staying in this race. Now, that comes on the heels of his fellow Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin just days ago saying very publicly the president should get out. It's expected now, with this decision finally made, that all sides of the Democratic spectrum will start to come together. Where they land right now is still a question, but the vice president at this point seems to be the axis on what this Democratic orbit is spinning around right now.
From On the Hill to outside the White House, Tom Fitzgerald, thank you.